Hello, today I would like to introduce you two different type of pine trees that are growing in the Pacific Northwest, and this is in eastern Washington. As mentioned, I would like to show you this particular one. It has long pine cones, and the tree itself has silvery tone, the bark of the tree. It's very beautiful and slender. The needles themselves, they are soft and kind of really, you could touch it without poking yourself too much. Can collect just partially. You can collect the top of this pine tree, just the top, but right now it's late in the season. You would need a little cutting tool to do that easier. If you don't have a cutting tool, use the secondary stem, and then you can just kind of pull it, and then it comes out easily. What we can do with this pine needles, we can preserve for the winter, dry it out, and using it for teas, making also pine needle extract type thing. You could use it preserve in alcohol and make extract, or just keep it dry, and when you need it, just boil the water and put just a little bunch of these needles in your pot. Let it stay for a few minutes, and then you can drink it. You can make a nice big pot of this pine needles and pour it in your thermos or in a dark bottle with a dark glass bottle, and keep it in the refrigerator for several days, and just drink it like half a cup or quarter of a cup every morning before breakfast. And this really supports your immune system, gives you vitamin C's. It got also a lot of amino acids, especially the sap from the pine trees. You could collect the sap from different pine trees. Easy to collect the sap that already hardened. It could be from the previous year. The soft one gets really sticky. There is another pine tree. So we saw this one with long pine cones, and there is this one. It's a lot pokey if you touch. Has much longer needles compared to this one. See, these ones are short, much shorter, and this is almost double the size of the other pine needles. You could collect these ones as well. These pine needles, you have to be careful. You have a treatment, so you make your drinks out of the pine needles, then give yourself a rest. Because in reading some articles, they do have some kind of toxin that you should not use continuously, this pine needle tea. On the other hand, this pine needle with long pine cones, it's a lot milder, so you could actually use for your health pretty much every day, or just in the cold season, like in fall, or when you start feeling a little iffy, you're feeling that the cold coming up, so you can make a pine needle tea for yourself. Early in springtime, you could also collect young green pine cones and make a nice jam out of pine cones, and then store it away for the winter time. So preserve this way some good nutrition. So these are wonderful pine trees. Today after visiting the woods and having a wonderful walk in the morning forest, collected few gifts from Mother Nature. So I got quite a few hazelnuts. They're still in crop. I will wait for a couple days when the skin gets a bit dried out. Then it's easier to open up, and it's not so poking with all this fine fuzzing hair in nuts. Also got beautiful pine cones. They're really gorgeous, so you can just keep it as it is. It'll look like roses if you look inside this way. You can color them, you can make beautiful decorations out of them. There's another one, a little bit different kind, and collected quite a few of these pine needles with a softer branch here, just very soft. It's still very young. I have few also green pine cones. What I would like to try, I washed it right now, so I would like to cut it up, put in a pot, get quite a bit of water, and try to make jam out of it. Put some raw cane sugar in there. Maybe towards the end add a little bit honey. I don't want to cook honey for too long, but I would imagine for making it soft, these needles, you need some long process of steaming and actually soft boil. So I would keep it at boil, probably boiling for a while. So I'll let you know how long it took for me to make it soft, and we'll figure it out if it's even worthwhile to make jam out of this little shoots of pine trees. So next step is to try to make pine needle and green pine cone jam. So I've been cutting it up, the needles and the tiny little twigs that have been connected. Also removing some older needles. It's already yellow and it would be hard, and if it gets too woody, like some of the twigs got really hard and woody, I just cut away them. These little pine cones are kept as it is. They are a bit hard, so it's better to do this early in the season than the little twigs will be much softer, and the pine needles will be much softer as well. So basically what I was doing, just with a knife, cutting in about half of an inch pieces and put it in a pot. So you just cut it up, put it in there. Then I put at least 3 cups of water in the pot, so at least all the needles would be covered up in water. Add a little bit of lemon, just like to add always a little lemon juice to my jams, and sugar. So I think at least 1 cup, maybe just even 2 cups of sugar, and going to cook for quite a while. If the water evaporates and you feel that your needles and your pine cones are still hard, you can add more water and just bring it to boil and cook it slowly, or just watch the situation, how it will plays out. So maybe you can keep it at medium high or medium heat, and keep an eye on your foam, on your pine cones, so on everything. The minute it gets a little thicker, the syrup, the pine gets softer, so you could actually chew. Then we could turn it off and put it in glass cans, or right away if you want to eat it with your cup of tea. So let's continue. I'd like to share the end result of our pine needle. It didn't work out as I expected. The pine cones that I collected were a bit hard. The needles themselves, they never got soft, but what I ended up with a beautiful pine needle syrup. So I added more water as it was evaporating and was getting less and less. Then you could add any quantities, and then I poured in a dark glass bottle so we can keep it a little longer. And that's the color of the pine needle drink it came up. What you can do, you could add a little alcohol here, like vodka or maybe brandy or rum a little bit, so to preserve for a longer period of time. I would put it in refrigerator to keep it cool, and it doesn't start process of fermentation inside, you know, so it doesn't get a bit sour and get spoiled. So it's a very, very nice drink. You can, this is pretty concentrated. You can add a little bit more water if you want. Can squeeze extra lemon if you want, make it a little sour. It's very pleasant to drink, and it's very great for your health. It's again got lots of amino acids and micronutrients and minerals and acetic acids from the pine trees. I would suggest make this type of drink. You could mix it up, put some ice, and you can drink it in summertime when it's really hot, or keep it for the winter time and then drink a little bit when you during the cold season as a preventative against cold and viruses and flu. So that's a great great drink. Like we say in Russian, you drink чуть-чуть, just a little bit. Stay healthy, stay happy, and see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.